People and Politics.
Welcome to the 7th episode of People and Politics podcast. My name's Paul O'Kane. I'm a member of the Scottish Parliament for the West Scotland region. And I've created this podcast because I want to hear unique stories about the people and the communities in the region I represent. And perhaps there's some listeners out there who want to hear them as well. Earlier this year, the Member of Parliament for East Renfrewshire, Blair McDougall, and myself decided to bring back the Barrhead Young Citizen of the Year award. This award was created back in 2003 by the former MP and MSP Jim Murphy and Ken McIntosh and was presented annually to young people who showed exceptional dedication and service to the community in Barrhead. Blair McDougall and I saw the restoration of this award as an opportunity to recognise our fantastic young people, particularly at a time when we often hear only negative things about them. And we ended up with 3 fantastic finalists from a very broad range of nominees. James Gribble, who has just turned 18, was nominated by his family for his extensive volunteer work with the Boys Brigade, Include Me Too Club, and East Renfrewshire Culture and Leisure's football programmes, as well as being a young carer for his mum, who has cerebral palsy. Layla, who was born with quadriplegic cerebral palsy, was nominated by her teacher. She's a 16-year-old champion frame racer and won a medal at the Disability Scottish Championship Awards for the 400-metre frame running final. She also became a boccia champion, and she has been selected to participate in the Scottish Disability Sport Scotland's Young Sports Panel for 2026. Logan Jardine was nominated by his family for his contribution to supporting others in DJing. Despite facing personal challenges with social anxiety as a young autistic individual, the 15-year-old has demonstrated exceptional dedication and a passion for helping others. James was the overall winner of the Barrhead Young Citizen of the Year, and Layla and Logan were the runners-up. But Blair and I both agreed that they were all winners. And I am absolutely delighted that I'm joined on the podcast today by the Barrhead Young Citizen of the Year, James, and by the runner-up, Layla, who are with me in the studio today. And accompanying Layla today is actually Emma Logan, who is Communications and Media Manager for Scottish Disability Sport. And just from the chat we had before we came live, I know everyone there is really proud of Layla and what she does, and we're having a good chat about all the things you've been getting up to, and we'll be talking about that in a wee while. Logan was invited to join us today but couldn't be with us because he's very busy volunteering. That boy is non-stop. But I know you guys have both been busy as well, so as I say, we'll talk about that in a minute. So very warm welcome to James Gribble and to Layla McCloskey. So really good to have you here. And you've both been really busy. So James, you are currently wearing your East Renfrewshire Culture and Leisure football gear because you've just been at a football camp, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a football camp, just a sports camp.
Just a sports camp. And so what's happening at the sports camp just now?
Just like different sports and all that. There's like 3 groups. First group being like the youngest, and then group 3 being, the oldest, and then I was a group leader, so I take one of the group down to do the sports and
Yeah, and it's just younger kids that are on their summer holidays. Yeah. Parents are looking for them something to do, and they come along to Barrhead High, is it? Yeah, yes. And you help them, enjoy the sport and have some fun. Yeah, part in, great. So what have they been doing? What have they been playing today?
So today they were playing bowls, football, badminton, curling, athletics, and there was one more.
Yeah, but that's a long list. So they were having a ball by the sounds of it. And were they all well behaved?
My group, not very much.
Oh, yeah. You having to get the whistle out?
No.
A lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Excellent.
A lot.
And Layla, you have been busy as well because you were at Scottish Disability Sports Camp and Aviemore. So how was that?
I was good to come. I like the camp. It's good to see the people with disability coming together to try different sports and compete in different sports and seeing how they can find a sport with their disability.
And you were telling me you tried lots of different sports. How many were you saying? It was like...
various 12 different sports, including a walk to Glenmore Lodge.
And how long was the walk to Glenmore Lodge?
It was about 5 kilometres long.
Wow. And how did you find it?
I
Good
find
stamina?
it good. It's much very good. Like here I managed to walk the whole way down, whereas like here I needed a sport chairs to get in.
So you were able to do it. Superb. And you said the scenery was lovely. It was like really nice. Yeah. Up in Aviemore.
Yeah.
And good weather.
Good weather, it rained for a bit in the walk,
But sometimes that's good if it's too hot, it cools you down. I quite like running in the rain, but maybe I'm a bit weird like that. What do you think? Cool. So you've both been really busy, and it's summer holidays as well. So you're enjoying a bit of chill time. Well, obviously, you've left school now, haven't you, James? Yeah. So, but a long summer, but you'll be working away as well. And then Layla, you're going into 6th year, so this is summer holidays, so a bit of chill time as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Well, obviously you were both finalists for Young Citizen of the Year, and James, you won the award, and Layla, you were the runner-up. And I suppose, how did it feel when you found out you had been nominated? So I'll come to you first, James, when you found out you were up for the award.
Just like excited and honoured to be nominated.
Yeah. Yeah. And was it something that maybe took you by surprise?
Yeah.
Great. Good. And you were obviously nominated by quite not just your family, but also I think your BB leader had provided sort of supporting information as well, which was great. So we'll come on to talk a wee bit about that in a minute. But Layla, how did you feel when you found out you'd been nominated?
I felt very excited. I didn't know what the award was, so I had to do some research before I came to the award ceremony, but it's good to see the award being brought back to recognise the achievement of young people over in Barrhead.
Great, yeah, and you had a very strong nomination as well from Barrhead High, from Miss Potter and your teachers, and it was really nice to read. And how did that make you feel? Because I know school's important to you and you really enjoy your time at school.
It's very brilliant that I got nominated from my school because I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because I love working with young people, especially people with disability, whereas having one cerebral palsy. So.
Great, yeah, that's really inspiring to hear. And both of you are, you stood out because of the volunteering work that you do and the dedication you have. And, James, you've been involved with lots of different organisations over the years, so not just your sports coaching, but also the Boys Brigade and Include Me Too as well. So do you want to say a wee bit about your Boys Brigade, how long you've been involved and what you do at Boys Brigade?
I've been a BB for 13 years, so when I was 5, seeing what the BB was all about, thought it was very fun, just playing games and all that. And I think it was 3 years ago I decided to volunteer for the Anchor Boys, which is the youngest group. So, and I've stuck by that.
Yeah, and really dedicated to it, haven't you? So is it Friday nights?
Thursday nights.
Thursday nights. And it's here in Barrhead, isn't it? It's
Yes,
St Andrew's Parish Church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your first Barrhead, or?
Yeah, first Barrhead.
First Barrhead. And your BB captain said that you show really strong leadership skills and you support those younger boys as well. And that's not always easy because it takes a lot of confidence and you've got to build that up. So did you find that over the years you've been able to build your confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I was very shy, but now I've grown that confidence up and not be shy anymore.
Fantastic. And you're sitting here on a podcast, talking away, no bother, both of you, which is great to see. And you also volunteer with Include Me Too. Yeah. So do you want to just say a wee bit about that?
So joined Include Me Too when I was about 8. And then just continued, and wanted to volunteer again to help the ASN children and try and get them a wee bit better and
Bit of confidence
bit
for
of
them as
confidence,
well. Yeah.
confidence for them.
And kind of talking about some of your own experience, because I always think that's really helpful if there's someone else who has volunteered before you or has an experience they can share. That really helps other people, doesn't it? Yeah. And do you find that as well, Layla? Like, you've been able to speak to other young people who are younger than you and maybe have a disability. You're able to say, here's how my journey went, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's very incredible to have that role model, especially for people with disability, because I didn't have that in primary school, so a lot of kids ran away from me and called me names, so it's very inspiring to kind of go back and see the young people, like, I can help them to not go through that.
That's great. It's really inspiring as well. And, it's also, I think, really important that we can show everyone in our community that, we can break down barriers and that people can achieve what they want to achieve with the right support. But also, sometimes people, I think, get engaged in, name calling or bullying sometimes because they've never met or had spent time with anyone who has who's different from them in whatever way it is. So I think breaking down those barriers and letting people have connections, I think, is really important as well.
I think it's really important because I've always been a strong believer that every disability or condition that people have is a superpower that makes them a superhero in their own way.
Absolutely. I think that's an excellent way to look at it, and I think we've all got to do that a bit more. And the thing is, we all have skills and abilities in different ways, don't we?
Yeah.
And we can all do different things, and the world would be a pretty boring place if we were all just the same and could do the same things. And this is maybe a good opportunity for me to give a wee shout out to the fantastic Include Me Too, who have been hosting us today at the Ideas Academy, where we're recording our podcast. And they do so much fantastic work, and I know they've sort of touched the lives of you, James, and Logan, and I'm sure, Layla, you've encountered them as well at points, and the work they do in Barrhead and beyond. And it's just really, really nice to be here with two young people who have been really well supported and are able to speak about that experience. So yeah, big shout out to them for all their help in putting this podcast together. But yeah, so when you came along to the ceremony, how were you feeling? You're a bit nervous when Blair and I were kind of hosting and stuff.
Yeah.
James, were you?
Yeah, really.
And you brought your family along. You were with mum and dad, and your aunties were there as well, weren't they? Yeah.
Never thought I would actually win it. So
Did you go in thinking, oh, don't know if this is going to be me? Okay. And Layla, how did you feel when you turned up? You and your mum, you were like, you'd done your research?
I mean, I bit kind of nerve-wracking to walk into the room where obviously we completed some early set a few months back in September to kind of what seemed well done about the stuff that I've been doing and the community and then poof about in June 6 months later I'm at an award ceremony with Blair and Paul.
And did you like the letter when you got the letter from Blair?
Yeah.
I always think it's quite cool when you get a letter with a wee House of Commons logo on it, or a Scottish Parliament logo. I remember when I was young getting letters from MPs and MSPs, and it's important that I think we have the opportunity to recognise you, but also something you can keep and is good for your sort of being able to show people in the future. Like if you're getting involved in the world of work or sport or trying to progress, it's good to show that you've been recognised in that way.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, obviously, James, when we read out that you were the winner, how did you feel?
No words, just excited and don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it's kind of, you were a bit speechless,
Yeah,
I
I
think,
was.
weren't you? And it was really lovely because your mum and dad were obviously quite emotional, and your BB captain was there as well, which was lovely. So do you want to say a bit about him and a bit about, you know, has he inspired you quite a bit?
Yeah, he's inspired me to do well and bring my confidence up and just to volunteer more and more, and I'm enjoying it.
Good. And I spent some time last week up at St Andrew's Parish Church at the soup stop that they have on a Thursday, and it was lovely to just chat to so many people about you and about what you're doing, and they're all very proud of you as well, which is really nice. And I was talking to the minister there, Tim, and he was just talking about, you know, there's such a lively sort of group of activities that are going on in the church, and the baby is such a big part of that as well. So they were all really, really pleased that you had won, and really, really happy about that as well, which was great. And then Layla, obviously you were a runner-up, and you got to come up and get your certificate and your voucher and talk a wee bit about what you are involved in. So how did you feel when we were kind of interviewing you a wee bit?
It felt a bit nerve-wracking, but also exciting to have that aspect to being interviewed by two MPs.
I know it's usually the other way around. It's usually Blair and I on the telly getting grilled. So it was nice to be able to actually do the interviewing for a change, which is why I'm enjoying today and doing my podcast more generally when I do them, because it's nice to turn the tables a wee bit and hear from other people. But do you want to tell us a wee bit more about frame running? Because obviously that's a passion of yours and something that you've excelled at. So what does it involve?
It's not a wide unknown sport yet. It's a bike. It looks like a traditional bike, but with no pedals, and the athlete has a sporty body plate to run with the bike. So it's kind of like normal athletic running, but with that support for the participant.
So kind of adapted basically to support you to be able to run. And how do you feel when you're at the start line? That's pretty nervous, isn't it?
Yeah, very nerve-wracking, but I kind of got used to the crowd and obviously the starting gun, because I was a bit scared of that at the start.
Yeah, and you've just got to get going and get ahead in the game. Yeah. And what do what's in your mind when you're running? Is it just thinking, right, I need to just get to the finish as quick as possible, or?
No, that too, but just the feeling of freedom, being on the bike and being happy.
Yeah. I imagine it's a rush. You get a total rush, like a bit of a buzz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel really, if I go for a 5k run, which I don't do enough of, I really need to do more. I need to take a leaf out of your book with a 5k. But it's like you get like a proper high, don't you? You feel really, really good after it. Yeah. Great. And then, do you want to tell us a wee bit about boccia? Because not a lot of folk maybe know about boccia, and it's very popular, isn't it?
It's became more popular with launching it with the SKA qualifications last year from that free to advanced higher level, but it's based on like a throwing game similar to principles of the tank, where you have a white ball and you're able to get as close as you can to the white ball, and you don't take short seats, which I think was quite, when we first introduced it to Barrhead High back in 2022, it took people a while to actually learn that and perform that, but it's whoever closer the weight is, our team get closer. and just being great that actually encourage the boy to start talking. It's never talked in 5 years, so
Really? So now it's part of PE sort of
yeah.
thing. Great. And it's becoming more popular. I think there's a chat about trying to get it in the Paralympics as well, I think, or trying to increase the sort of...
No, it's already in the
Ah,
Paralympics.
okay. So that just shows my my lack of research for this podcast. It is already in the Paralympics, but yeah, I think are we trying to get more of a? Have we got a UK team as well, and just trying to
Yeah, we've got the UK team.
Ah, okay, excellent.
And good running they've been added to the Paralympics too.
Cool. And do you think that might be in your future? Would you like to? Yeah.
I think so.
A lot of training, a lot of way to go, but something to aspire to, definitely. Cool. And obviously you're very sporty, James, so what are your sort of favourite sports?
Literally just football.
Just football.
Just
That's
football.
your passion, your thing. Yeah. And do you prefer kind of coaching now as opposed to playing it, or do you like to do a bit of both?
Well, obviously, I like to play it more than coaching, but coaching is still fun, and don't have any time to play football at the moment.
Yeah, you're just so busy.
I used to play for teams and that, but now I can't anymore. Just don't have time.
Excellent. So yeah, that's good because you're so involved in all the stuff that you're doing as well. Well, that's great. And obviously you both got a very, very busy summer. And what's kind of next? So what are you going to do after summer, James? Have you got plans, or are you just kind of going to keep coaching,
Still working, coaching,
and volunteering?
Yeah,
and just enjoying that time to just kind of support other people.
Yeah.
Superb. That's great. And Layla, you're going back to school after kind of roundabout now. So what's the kind of plan?
I think I'm going to Barton like my workplace, but I'm also working and currently helping a girl to transferring from a wheelchair to a frame, so it's a walker, so it's really good to see her.
And if people are listening and they don't know the fantastic Isabel Mayer School, that's our additional support needs school in East Renfrewshire. And Carly Barr's got the communication centre as well, which is great, really good schools. And, it's really, really nice to hear you again being able to give that experience to a younger child. And do you like working with kids? Do you find are they funny?
Yeah,
some of the things they come out with? And then do you see yourself? Were you a bit of a cheeky child, or were you very well behaved, I think, were you?
No, I was very well behaved. I was always the shy one.
Always the shy one. Well, you both are saying that. You're both saying you were dead shy, and I bet people who are listening to this podcast are like, aye, right. But, it's great to see, actually, your confidence has grown so much that you're here. And, it was a real pleasure for Blair and I to run the competition for Barrhead Young Citizen of the Year, and it was so tough to choose a winner because you're genuinely all so amazing, and we think you're all an asset to the town. And Barrhead's a great place to live. It has its challenges like any place, but what I like to do on my podcast is to ask people what they really like about their community, what they like about living in a place like Barrhead, what's good about it. So I know I'm putting you on the spot with a question there, but Layla, what do you think?
I mean, it's a great schools, primary and high school. You have Barrhead High, St. Luke's and Caliban and Halvia. So it's very good to see the schools develop enough that for people with disabilities and other kids as well.
So the schools you think are the big asset in our town, and Barrhead High, is a great school as well, and you're obviously a pupil there, and they talk about, so their motto is raise the bar, which I like, and I think you do that every time you compete and every time you get involved in stuff. You're raising the bar all the time, so that's a very, very good motto. And James, what about you? What do you like about Barrhead and about the community here?
Again, the schools are really good schools, and like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you like, I mean, you're obviously really involved in community organisations through the BB, and you get to see what goes on, I suppose, in St Andrews as one of the churches. And, you know, do you feel like those sort of groups are what makes Barrhead, like the people who are involved in that?
Include Me Toy Club are a really big part of, you know, the town in making like people with ASN get confident and just get better and
More involved.
Yeah, more involved.
And they're doing
clubs and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're doing great things. I mean, were you guys down at the family festival in Kevin Park? Did you manage to get along to that?
Nah, I couldn't go.
Were you volunteering that day? Or
I just couldn't go in general.
Ah, right, okay.
I was away in a residential.
Ah, right, so you were busy.
With the BBs.
With the BB, there you go, so busy. But it was a great day, so down in Kevin Park, they organise a family festival that runs all day. It's basically the kind of updated version of the Barrhead Gala from back in the day, and it was a lovely day just to see families coming together, everyone being together, and really set up to support anyone in the community. So, did you get along, Layla, or were you playing sport that day?
I don't know what. I mean, they're probably playing sport.
Exactly, so busy that you've not got time for all this socialising in the community. So, so fantastic. So that's really, really good to hear about what you love about Barrhead and being in our town. And do you know, it's been really, really nice to chat to you both this afternoon and to read all the lovely things that people wrote about you. And, you know, genuinely, far too often what we hear is all the negatives. So we know there are some young people in our community who are causing a bit of trouble sometimes, who aren't getting the right support. But actually, we don't hear enough about the amazing young people like yourselves who are doing great things, who are supporting other young people who might have barriers, who might not be confident, who might be getting picked on a little bit, you know, and you are a shining example to them of being able to get involved with groups that can support you and being able to grow your confidence and being able to give something back. So you should both be really, really proud of everything that you do. And you should also just keep going, because you're going to do great things. And I think Layla in particular, you know, I'm looking forward to hearing what happens next in your sporting journey and what next medals you win and all that. And James, obviously keen to hear how you got on in terms of your passion for football and your what you're doing with your coaching and supporting and working with the Culture and Leisure Trust as well. So, you know, stay involved with Barrhead, because it is a good place to be. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on today and for chatting to me about the Barrhead Young Citizen of the Year Award and for everything that you're doing in the community. And I like to say to all of our listeners, if you're doing something that's really interesting or innovative in our community, if you are involved in a group and you want to come on and chat to me on a podcast, then just get in touch. But I hope today has been a really inspiring episode and you've enjoyed listening to James and to Layla and hearing all about what they've been getting up to. They were covered extensively in the Barrhead News and in the Paisley Daily Express and the Daily Record. It went everywhere. So if you get some time, you might want to check out those news pieces as well that tell you all about the award and all about what they've been doing. But thank you to you both. I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah.
Excellent. Take it easy. Cheers.